So for this technique, we're going to start in a knee drop. And once again, this is a position akin to laying on the floor, being on one knee, that a lot of people feel that they have no power from, that they can't actually generate enough force to hit somebody hard enough to hurt them. And that's a lie, because I still have my body weight under my control. My body weight is at the top of this pivot where my knee and my hip are, so I can rock that femur back and forth, moving my pelvis, moving my entire body weight in order to generate the kinetic energy I need to actually get some trauma done on this guy. So from here, the first strike I'm going to do is I'm going to hit him with a double heel palm, striking just with this part of my heel right here at the end of the ulna bone into the hip creases. And that target just runs 45 degrees from the outside of the hip down to the groin, and that's actually going to be the hip joint. I'm also going to be taking out the femoral nerves on the front of the pelvis. But the main idea with this is that I'm going to be using my body weight, because if I simply hit with my arms, I'm not strong enough, my arms don't weigh enough, and I'm personally not strong enough to do anything appreciable to Ron. Because in order to get what I want out of this, which is I want him to go down, and he's going to go down so he can hit his head, sprain his wrist, break his tailbone, whatever kinds of ancillary things are going to happen to him when he hits the ground. The only way I'm going to get that is if I can accelerate his pelvis out past his base. So I can get his center of gravity to move out beyond his base, then he's going to fall down. And the only way that I can get enough force to do that is with my entire body weight. So all of me, all at once into this. So now I am going to accelerate my arms forward as I strike, but as my arms extend and I actually make the strike, I'm all going to be leaning in. This is all going to be my body weight transitioning forward. And I don't want my arms to be bent when I lean in, because now they'll work as shock absorbers like that. And I don't have the leverage up here. Down here I would have the leverage to keep this bend. Up here I don't have the leverage to keep this bend. So I need to make sure my arms impact and they're straight as my body weight is transferring into the guy. So now my arms are just, it's like a solid piece, like a concrete filled post. And this guy is going to run it. I'm going to run into this guy in the pelvis, and my weight is going to transfer in, and that's going to accelerate his pelvis out past his base, and he's going to fall down as long as I keep that driving outward and down. So I'll get the down from me driving my body weight all the way, and you notice I start to drop, I start to go down. He'll eat that vector as well. That's what's going to help put him on the ground. Now from here, I need my next target. And in this case, I'm going to kick to the internal saphenous nerve on the leg just to numb the leg, keep him busy so that I can get to my next target after that. If I need to adjust, if I've hit the guy and he's really slid across the ground, if we're on a slippery surface and he's slid, then I need to take more than one step. That's just fine. I'm going to get up here so that I can get my next target. Whether it means I took 1 step, 2 steps, it doesn't matter. Get to your target. And in this case, I'm going to be accelerating my body from the position I'm in upward into that kick. So my body is moving. Once again, my body weight's moving out. It's not just me swinging my leg, because just swinging my leg like this is not going to get the job done. But rather, I'm going to be kicking from all the way back here, and my body weight driving forward, and then transferring that energy into him with the toe of my boot. And take out the internal saphenous nerve. Man's going to curl up just like this from the spinal reflex. I have my next target. And in this case, it's going to be the side of the neck. I want to knock him out, give him a high cervical injury, and put his head back into the concrete, and so that I know he's not going to be getting back up. Once again, that's going to take body weight. So it's not just going to be me sticking my leg out there, but rather me coming up and stomping on the neck as hard as I can. I'm not going to do that to my training partner. I'm going to just simply look at my target, put my foot on the target, follow through carefully and slowly, but I'm not going to stand on my partner, and I'm not going to do this fast if I'm training. In real life, I'm going to come up and I'm going to stomp on that as hard as I can so that I end up in this position right here with my entire body weight having transferred onto that. And that's going to give a really good chance of that high cervical injury, which can be life-threatening. Once I'm done with that, if I feel there's any more trauma that needs to be done, I'm going to put it into him. If not, I'm out of here.